All right. All rise. All rise. You, Eurovision expert, because you are here at the fourth part. You have listened to every single Eurovision. If you're listening to this and you've listened to the previous episodes, you've listened to every single Eurovision winner. More than once now at this stage, if you've listened to the Patreon. You are now, rise you, sir, madam NB, Eurovision expert. But we are not nearly finished. We're going to hear these songs another 3 fucking times, and I have nothing else to talk about them. But you know what I've decided for this pod, while we get into the quarter, semi, and final of this competition, is obviously you've heard the songs. I'm not going to have to play them too long. I'll play my favourite parts of the songs. I want to thank you for your very kind words about this Eurovision competition so far. People have been very supportive. People have been very nice. And sometimes when I talk about these kind of things that I like, whether it be Star Wars, whether it be Marvel, whether it be whatever I'm talking about, I sometimes feel like I'm talking at you. RuPaul, another example. And it might not be everyone's cup of tea. And I often feel like that vibe where you're talking to someone about something you're really interested in, and they're like, "Oh, really? Oh, yeah, no way." And then they just stop. The "oh, reallys" kind of go away, and their shoulders start turning away from you, and you get the body language that they want you to fucking shut up about what you're talking about, but you can't because you're really interested in it. I was talking about this in the pod recently, where even I say to Terry, "Terry, my dear, I need to talk at you about something for a second. Is that okay?" And she goes, "Whatever." And I started explaining to her what an OLED TV is for a while. Now, it's individually lit pixels. You know what I mean? And I say that to her. And, I tell her about what happened in my D&D game. I'm going to talk at you for a second about what happened in my D&D game. And I may as well be saying, do you know what happened in a dream I had? It's the same reaction. But because I prefaced it by saying, can I talk at you about something? It's fine. So that's the vibe that I felt doing the pod. Can I talk at you about these things? But a lot of people coming back saying they really enjoyed it. So that's good to hear. It quells my Gary anxiety that I get sometimes doing this pod, speaking into the vacuum of space. But I wanted to bring up something as well on the main feed on this. It was the second of the Eurovision, but it was probably the last episode that you heard here on the main feed. Is I was talking about, obviously. Well, I'll tell you what happened. Right, it's not even a big deal, and I brought it up on the Patreon. It's just. Israel have a few fucking bangers in the Eurovision, right? They do. They have a few fucking bangers in the Eurovision, and I was speaking very emphatically about one of the songs they have, Abi Nibi, I think it's called, from 1978, Abba Nibi, with Ishar Cohen and the Alphabeta. And it's the one that features a bongo solo that honestly you would hear in like a 70s kind of blaxploitation cop drama kind of flick, and it's a fucking banger. And so I made my feelings clear about this being an absolute banger. But I feel like at the time, speaking so emphatically about it, without maybe bringing up the existing political climate, not even political, it goes beyond that, the conflict with Israel and Palestine, I might have seemed flippant, and I don't want to seem flippant. And I will say this: I'm really looking forward to the Eurovision this year, but I have a lot of issues with the Eurovision. It is not a place of inclusion. It is not a place of being progressive. I mean, Eurovision is so weird, right? You had Montenegro, Hungary. Hungary pulled out of the Eurovision this year because they thought it was because the new government that they have, the fairly more right-leaning government, believed the Eurovision and any place within the Eurovision. He literally just said it's too gay. He literally said or someone on behalf of Hungary said it's too gay. We're not doing it. Literally too gay. Like he's a fucking 7-year-old. Like he's a 7-year-old in the fucking 80s. That's too gay. I didn't want to do it, right? And so comfortably could speak such hate and say that they didn't want to have any association with LGBTQ plus environment. And, Eurovision, I'm sure, have no issue being like, then fuck you then. Do you know what I mean? Like, we have Conchita, a drag act, who comes out here and wins it. It is big. It presents itself with as inclusive. It presents itself as the place where there's no politics. And if you actually have politics, Belarus, for example, had a song denied this year from the Eurovision because it was deemed too political. So the whole thing is like, look, let's not get into politics. We are here. We step out of the trenches. It is Christmas Day. We're kicking the football around. The world is a beautiful place. Look at the big heart in our logo. Yet they still ban the Palestinian flag. And they ban the Crimean flag. And they ban, I think, the North Cyprus flag. And they ban the Basque flag. They ban flags they deem to be antagonistic for the countries that are paying a large portion of the money there. And in doing so, they're actually making nations be invisible. I mean, Iceland 2019, and this was a fucking ballsy fucking move now by the Iceland Eurovision. I don't remember the name. Eurovision contestants. They held a Palestinian flag, and this is when the Eurovision was in Tel Aviv. But I mean, Palestine is the neighbors. You know what I mean? They look at that like that's being deemed antagonistic. But regardless of that, it's been banned. It was banned before then. They held it up because it was a banned flag. When the Ukraine won the Eurovision in 2014 or 2016 with a song called 1944, half the song is in the Crimean Tatar language, because the Crimean flag is banned. In 2008, Russia won the Eurovision in a year when they'd fucking annexed the Ukraine. Do you know what I mean? So it is not a place of inclusion. It's actually a despicable organization, and it is funded by the big, the big five, now the big six, I think, with Australia, and they get to paint their picture of what the world is. So it's not without its fucking issues. And so I wanted to bring that up to be like, I know I'm talking very emphatically about the Eurovision, and mainly for me, it's Ireland's involvement in the Eurovision that I'm particularly proud of, because I think Ireland per capita of artists, I mean, it's just, I feel like there's something genetically different about Irish people. And I think our history of the Eurovision, and especially the run that we had in the 90s, I'm particularly proud of. For me, that's, as someone who really likes music, that's our World Cup, But I do also think it is a despicable organization that presents itself as being very inclusive and progressive, and it isn't. And I want you just to know that. And I want you just to know that, this is not the world. This picture that they're painting, this is almost like a corporate, you see like an ad, they say that, big corporate ads are like, the fucking Zalando ads that everyone fucking hugging. I'm being like, you're selling me shit. You know what I mean? Don't fucking try and ever profit off pulling on my heartstrings of the fact that I haven't hugged my mum in months. Do you know what I mean? Fuck off. Fuck off, Zalando. I'm not having a go. Well, I am having a go. Fuck off. Don't bring that shit in here. So you know what I mean? It is what the rich countries wish Europe was. Wish the world looked like, at least from an artistic point of view. But you can't fucking act like Palestine don't exist. You can't act like Crimea doesn't exist. You can't act like, Basque culture doesn't exist. They act like it's not political, and then they make big political decisions by completely alienating these smaller nations, who all they have is a fucking flag. You know what I mean? All they have is just the identity of a fucking flag. But look, I wanted just to bring that up. And look, I know before you're like, get back in your fucking box, back in your boo box with Glenn Close, the pirate. That was Glenn Close who gets put in that boo box with a scorpion. Get back in your boo box. Funny, man. Go back to asking people, what they want from a chipper in a hilarious video about made-up South County Dublin names. Get back in your box. I know my role is it's professional shite talker, but I didn't want you to think I was being flippant, and I definitely wanted you to know that as much as I'm going to be cheering on Leslie Roy this Friday when she brings home that trophy for Ireland, and as much as I'm going to watch it and not boycott it, I want you to also know that I find the whole organisation fucking despicable. I find it despicable to be part of the whitewashing, not even of history, but of the present, of countries who all they have is a fucking flag. That's all they have, and you won't even let people fucking wave the flag. Despicable. But but we're not talking about that. That's what I'm saying. But put a pin in that, okay? Because funny, man. Roll, please. I'm gonna put a little pin in that. I know my role, and it's the shite talk. And we've got a lot to get into today. This is the quarter, semi, and final of the Eurovision Pod Contest. This is the end. But before we get on to that, and there's a lot to get into, I would like to give my thanks and praise to this week's sponsor of the podcast, the Dubliner Irish Whiskey. As you know, the Dubliner are a fine brand and a fine group of people, and they make a fine-ass whiskey, a foul, you know. On the rocks or neat, that's a fine-ass whiskey. Better get a chair as a seat and drink some fine-ass whiskey. And what's great about the whiskey is the fact that it is it is an Irish whiskey that, at least the traditional Dubliner, is aged in bourbon casks, and it gives it a hint of sweetness, and it also makes it a perfect candidate for a lot of bourbon cocktails with the hint of the Irish whiskey taste in it. You know, not just that completely kind of, rounded off kind of sweet bourbon taste. It is an Irish whiskey with just a hint of it. And I've been coming up with a couple of I'm coming up completely on my own with a lot of European cocktails, given the fact that this is Eurovision month on the pod. Last week we had the Bunga Bunga cocktail. It's a cocktail I invented, not the cocktail, the Belvedere, the famous Italian whiskey cocktail, a whiskey Negroni. And this week we have a cocktail I've come up with that I'm calling Le Sucette, which is a French cocktail, aka the suck, because it's so sweet. You kind of kiss your, suck your teeth, because it's such a tasty cocktail. And what this cocktail is, this is how you make it. What you want to take is kind of 1.5 measures of your Dubliner Irish whiskey. You want to have 1.5 measures of cognac, 1.5 measures of sweet vermouth, and a half measure of a Benedictine liqueur. Put in a little 2 dashes of bitters and some aromatic bitters. What you want to do is you want to combine your whiskey, your cognac, vermouth, Benedictine, and bitters in a mixing glass. Fill it with ice. Stir. Strain that into an old-fashioned glass. Fill it with ice. And then garnish it with a tasty little cherry. And you serve that up and you enjoy. That's what I call the Le Sucette. Some people call it the Vucare. And let me recommend a particular Dubliner Irish whiskey for that. As you know, the Dubliner is a cool, disruptive distillery, and they like to hang out with some cool breweries. Game, respect, game. Is that what they say? Is that what cool people say? Game, respect, game? Doesn't matter. Anyway, they have a limited edition release of a collab with Rascals. You know Rascals? The cool brewing company? They're cool. I'm a young man. And they have a couple of new beer cask range. One is a smoked stout, and another one is, in fact, an old-fashioned. So maybe try one of them. They're very limited. There's less than 2,000 bottles available in the Irish market. So do check out that cool collab in the beer cask range. They're smoked stout and old-fashioned. And maybe try it in my cool new cocktail that I came up with and no one else did. The Le Sucette French whiskey cocktail. But look, nothing to it but to do it, as they say. So look, this is the first scrap of 15 scraps in this tournament, okay? And this is the first one in the first round of the quarterfinals. Then there's going to be a second round of the quarterfinals, then the semis, then the finals. I don't know how tournaments work. This is 2017's winner, Portugal, who amassed the highest number ever of points in the competition against Ireland's best song, Rock and Roll Kids. The most popular song in Eurovision history versus Ireland's most popular Eurovision entry. Who is going to win? So this is Amar Pelos Duas by Salvador Sobral. It is a jazz waltz, with the lyrical theme of heartbreak after a breakup. It received praise from music critics, considering it Portugal's all-time best ever Eurovision entry. I think it's a song about a man falling in love with a dog. He's got a top knot. He's got the vibe of someone who plays like Ga, his Dublin Ga player, who maybe just hasn't just been to the barber in a while. Do you know what I mean? He's just trying something new. And the lad's been rinsing him over his hair for a while. But he's like, yeah, I'm going to get a cut. Yeah, we'll get a cut, but this is him being his true self. And then he comes up and steps on the stage and sings like this. And they realise, Jesus, maybe we have been rinsing Jonesy a bit too hard. That's beautiful. You know that sort of vibe? Anyway, Luisa Sobral, who's the composer of this, which was the sister Luisa Sobral and then the brother sang it, Salvador. I wanted to write a song that represents me, that could be on a record of mine, a song that I could be proud of, and that's what I did. Utterly captivating. It even won the Portuguese Golden Globe. What? All right. Beautiful. Any other trivia now do I have about him? Salvador was 28. So look, that is Salvador Sobral up against, look, calm down, it's just the postman. Sorry, I've got a big dog here. Against Paul Harrington, Charlie McGettigan, this has got to be now the 17th time I've played this on a podcast, isn't it? And you know what I'm going to say about how it's the anymore that won it for Ireland. I remember 62. You do in your fucking hoop. You're a young man. I was 16 and so you're lying to me. And we maybe Brendan Graham was 16 who wrote this. On the avenue. So Brendan Graham wrote this. Let's have a look. What age would he have been when this came out? 45. He was 62. Blue jeans and blue suede shoes, and we never knew. He was born 1945. Was Brendan Graham? Hang on, shut up for a second. You were 17. You were 16. We just wanted to rock. You were 16. Well, Paul Harrington wasn't 16. Let's have a look. Maybe he was. Paul Harrington. No, he would have been 6, or he would have been 2 in 1962. So that's a lie. With Charlie McGettigan, he looks a bit older. He would have been 12. But that was once upon a time. Now we never seem to rock and roll anymore. It's a better song. Oh, not at all. This dog is my girlfriend. I'm gonna you can call me. Who sings X Gonna Give It To You? Hang on, talking about. Is it DMX or Exhibit? Oh, R.I.P. X Gonna Give It To You. DMX. You can call me DMX because X Gonna Give It To You. Charlie McGettigan and Paul Harrington and R.I.P. DMX. This is podcast. I'm not laughing at DMX. I am not laughing at DMX. I'm laughing at why am I talking about this? You know. I'm all over the place. Congratulations to Rock and Roll Kids for beating the greatest ever winner of the Eurovision Song Contest, Portugal, with Amor Pelas Duas. Now we're going to have this. This is going to be a tough one. This is going to be 2 years apart. This was Johnny Logan won for Ireland in 1987. 7 years after he had already won in 1980. So this would have been in 1987. This would have been live in Belgium. Johnny Logan comes out and he wins for Hold Me Now. That's the song we're going to hear. And it's up against Switzerland's 1988 Ne parlez pense-moi, sung by Celine Dion, which was live in Dublin after the win of Johnny Logan. They're both good songs, and I'm kind of getting fucking sick of Johnny Logan, so who knows which way this is going to go. I'm also on a bit of a Celine kick at the moment. But let's hear Johnny first, I think would be the best thing to do. Is Johnny's coming out in his iconic white suit. Noel Kelleher there coming out doing the old strings. Don't just walks out. Don't. Dream. Johnny wrote this as well. He didn't hear on the Patreon there, but Johnny Logan and Dickie Rock have quelled their beef. They're doing all right now. I'm not bringing it up again. Touch me the way you used to do. I know I love that. No! His mouth is so small when he sings that. I've nothing else to talk about. Nothing else to talk about. Be with someone else instead of me.
So tonight, let's fill this memory. For the last time, hold me now. Don't cry. Don't say.
Do I have anything else I can tell you about this? He is the only winner to have won twice, Johnny Logan. This is a tremendous success.
What do you say when words are not enough?
So you know that. And that is up against Celine Dion for Ne parlez pas sur moi, who is famously not from Switzerland. She's from Quebec in Canada. Should she have been able to win the Eurovision for Switzerland? Should Maroon 5 not be able to do it for Ireland? I really don't want them to do it. Did you know Celine Dion is a doctor? She is not a medical doctor, but Université Laval in Quebec gave her an honorary doctorate in music. Dr. Celine. Dr. Dion. Dr. Dion. Hang on, I think I've thought of a joke. Dr. Dion. My chest, I feel a pain in my chest and I can't move my left arm. She takes out her stethoscope. Your heart will go on. Is that good? What are songs? Dr. Dion, I need you to operate on me. All by myself? There's no one else, all by myself. What else? Dr. Dion, I was in here last week, but your receptionist didn't remember me. No, hang on. Dr. Dion, the receptionist said you lost my file, but I was in here last week. It's all coming back to me. Jenny? Dr. Dion, thanks so much for this out-of-office visit. Well, I drove all night. Said, I'm going to give it... I'm going to give it to... I'm going to give it... I might give it to Ne parlez pas sur moi. Ne parlez pas sur moi. It's just the vibe I'm on right now. Ne parlez pas sur moi. Hang on. Wait, she gets really good here. D'amour. Yeah. Sorry, Johnny. Johnny fucking no, mates. You're out this one, boy. You're out this. Johnny Logan. More like Johnny no more in the competition. Gone. Johnny Logan. More like Johnny no, in parentheses, longer in this competition. You are, close parentheses, gone. So, see you later. Next up, we have Sweden with Waterloo versus Denmark 2000. Fly on the wings of love. A controversial one. The Russians kicked off, and I'll play Denmark first. This is the Olsen brothers, not to be confused with the Olsen twins. The eldest winners ever. And it's a love ballad where they describe the beauty of a woman. You ever see a woman? She looks like a bunch of wings, man. And I love that about them. Bride. Now, you see, I wouldn't correct a Dane saying bride, lie. But I got corrected by a Swede. I need to drop this whole Millie thing. I hope she doesn't ever listen to this when I got corrected by Millie. She's the greatest love I've ever had. Greatest ride I've ever. I said to my friend Claire, she said that Flying the Wings of Love was the Eurovision song, and I bet her, I think, 20 quid that it wasn't. And she was so, someone's so confident, and I'm like, I've lost already. And she's like, and she was laughing at me that I even took the bet. She was so confident. She was dead right.
time goes by,
And as time goes by,
there's a lot to try, and I'm feeling lucky.
as time goes by, there's a lot to try.
In the warm sand,
In the warm sand,
smiling hand in
hand in hand, man.
love is all around me. 'Cause that's just one more thing I'd like to add.
There's just such a fucking hook. It was number one in the Irish charts and the dance charts with the other version. Let's get the robo voice.
Reaching the stars above.
So unnecessary. It's so unnecessary. Go up a key, man. It's a banger. It's a straight up fucking unadulterated banger, but I am so sorry, man. This is like, do you know what this is like? This is like, this is like seeing like a little X-Wing. You know what I mean? This is like an X-Wing flying out. You're like, yeah, that looks pretty good. Nice bit of kit. It's an X-Wing. It can kind of, from Star Wars, the thing that Luke Skywalker flies. It's got maneuverability. It's got lasers. Yeah, I mean, that against a Womp Rat, it'll be shot down. And then comes along the Death Star. That's no moon. That's ABBA with Waterloo for Sweden. Quite a similar atoms blowing up every fucking planet in the way, and the X-Wing's just trying to get away. I was defeated, you haven't a fucking hope, the Olsen brothers. Couldn't escape if I wanted to. Knowing my fate is to be with you. Waterloo. I feel a presence in the force. A million souls call out and vanish. My commiserations, Denmark. Waterloo are through to the next round. Did I stammer? You're gone. You're done. Let it go. You put up a good fight. But no, you're long since past. Anyway, Norway, 2019, Alex Rybak with Fairy Tale up against, arguably another Death Star in Niamh Kavanagh's In Your Eyes. We'll do a little bit of Fairy Tale, and you've heard these already before, so I won't dwell too long on them. Alex Rybak, the guy with the lovely little face, who also coined a song for Belarus, his home nation of Belarus. It didn't do very well. Not as good as this one. Very confident performance, a man coming out with a fiddle. You know what they say about men with a fiddle? They make good Eurovision contestants. Dream. Dream.
She was mine and we were sweet.
We were sweethearts, man.
That was then, but then it's true.
Are you a fairy tale?
I'm in love with a fairy tale.
Hey, can I stop you for a second, man? Will you put your foot in this glass shoe? You must have dropped it, because you're like a fucking fairy tale bird, man. Did you arrive here in a pumpkin, bitch? Put your foot in this see-through boot, because you must be a bloody fairy tale, man. You are a stunning woman. You are something out of Hans Christian Andersen, man. Just please put your foot in the glass fucking shoe, man. If it fits, well, maybe we have some bog roll make it fit. It's a big boot. Maybe we put some fucking bog roll down the front of the shoe, and you put your foot in this dirty fucking glass boot with a load of bog roll in it, man. Because you are so beautiful. You must be like a Cinderella or something. Or maybe Sleeping Beauty, you wake up with a little kiss. Where are your dwarfs? Excuse me, can I ask you a question, a personal question? Where are your dwarfs? Because you are a Sleeping Beauty, man, except you're awake. Hey, where are all the little birds putting your clothes on? Because you must be like a Snow White. Okay, that's up against... that is up against Niamh Kavanagh. The greatest, my favourite Irish entry. And I'm not talking about bloody And I'm not talking about the proctologist's favorite. Whatever. Show no emotion. My feelings have been locked inside. Sounds like me. Very unemotional. I'm an island. I'm an island now.
Try to take my heart and hide. I built you all around.
I'm actually getting this song for the first time now. I'm seeing the lyrics. I'm afraid of letting go. Whoa. But suddenly an open door. And she changes the way she sings it. I never saw this before.
In your eyes, I see the light leading me home again. It's heaven in your arms, my love. My heart is in your hands. In your eyes.
Wow. Written by Jimmy Walsh. Let's get to the end. This is a love song written where the singer tells about how she was like lonely as she found love and heaven in her lover's arms and how it changed her.
I see forever in your smile. This woman is a child again.
Song only got to 24 in the UK singles, so shows what they know. Shows what they know. I mean, you can call me DM because I'll go and give it to you, and I'll DM you and let you know how good a job you did in '93. Niamh, you did great, and you did better than fucking. Put your fucking shoe in this. Where's your dwarf, man? Put your foot in this glass boot and call a dwarf, man, because you're a fairy tale. I want to do more of that character, whoever that is, but a different time. Thank you very much, Alex. You are out of the competition, and of course Niamh Kavanagh is in, but Niamh Kavanagh has stiff competition. She is up against Waterloo in the next round, but enough on that when we get to that, or more, or whatever. So here we go. This is in 1944 by Ukraine, and there was accusations of it being political.
Her song representing
In a 2016 interview with The Guardian, Jamala, who's performing here, she said that the song reminded her of her own family living in Crimea nowadays, claiming that since the annexation in 2014, the Crimean Tatars are on occupied territory. The song lyrics, however, do not address this annexation. The rules would have prohibited the song had it done so. But I mean, she's with the emotion in this. There was no doubt. It is the first song to contain lyrics in the Crimean language. You might remember as well, Australia had kind of won by a landslide, and this was the first ever year with judges points as well. And I went to the fucking Allfolk, get some cans, thinking Australia had won it, and I came back, and then not only had the Ukraine won it, but I'd also missed this incredible performance. It's a banger. Isn't that dark synth? Whoa. How time if you gonna know me? You got to show me love. Words are so easy to say. You got to show me love. That's the kind of vibe I get off that. It's a great song. It's a great song. And it's up against Azerbaijan's I'm rolling on scared enough. I'm fucking on kryptonite. With Elle and Nikki. Which is absolutely reeks of Take That. I'm so happy that he came back, G. Barlow. Neither singer had ever performed in a duo. Both singers were unsure of the success of such a project. Look, Elle, bro. Elle is the man. You should be lucky to be in the presence of Nikki. She's carrying your ass. You can call Nikki a fucking Fjallraven bag. Is that what it's called? Because she's carrying your ass, bro. You can call her fucking Nikki Baby Bjorn, bro. She's carrying your ass. So you missed this. You might have missed this fact on the Patreon. This song broke the record of winning with the lowest average of points. It received on average about 5.5 points per jury. 5.26 points per jury. A song so mediocre that the whole world could agree it was mediocre. How's Elle doing since Eldar Gazimov? It's really sad here. Sorry, I'm looking at, you know, it sometimes says on Wikipedia it might have like a load of columns and, you know, rows to kind of show the success of singles over time. You know, where it might have, it was number 1 in the UK charts in this day, and then his next song would have been like 7 in the UK charts and blah blah blah. There's the most unnecessary table here on his discography where it has Running Scared. I mean, came 41st in Ireland, 59th in the Netherlands, 99th in Romania, and then every other song, and there's under 20 songs after this, are just left blank. Did not chart, did not chart, did not chart. Like all over the world. Like imagine every country in the world, and then every song he's done and their chart position, and it's just a dash where it says did not chart. Poor Eldar Gazimov. Anyway, hear a bit more of this.
Scared tonight.
Or I'm running on scared tonight. Oh, I kind of want to give it to Running Scared. I don't know what it is. I really like the song. Come to me tonight. I gotta need you. Hey, why did the baker get sacked? He needed a poo. I gotta need you. But it is a better song. This is when the competition gets difficult and I start singing because I've got nothing else to talk about. I'm gonna, you can call me DM and you can slide into me because X going to give it to, I'm going to give it to the Ukraine. I'm going to give it to Ukraine. They don't like the Ukraine. I'm going to give it to Ukraine. For Jamala. Yeah, no, I am. I am going to do that. But I haven't yet. Why not? Because I can't. And I'm running all scared tonight. Yes! It was a turnaround. Elle and Nikki, Eldar. You could tell you what, you might have an empty table of all the countries where you've not charted in the last 20 years. But I'm putting you through to part 2 of the quarterfinals of this. I'm giving it to you. I'm running on scared. I'm running with my heart here on this one. And you're going through. I'm sorry, Jamala. It's a very powerful song, an incredible performance. A better song. But it just is not in my heart. Congratulations. Okay, we got Turkey 2003 versus Latvia 2002. This is in the height of the Eurovision songs. This was when, and I at first, when I started this competition, I was giving out about them. I fucking love them now. This is what the Eurovision's all about. So this is Turkey, Every Way That I Can, versus Latvia, I Wanna by Mari N. So here's Turkey, who a load of belly dancers. They're all going for that kind of dark Jasmine bit, you know, in Aladdin, where she's all tiddling Jafar's scarf, that kind of vibe. I mean, I'm sure there's a whole cultural, explanation for that kind of type of dress. But for me, a moron, I need to conjure up the fictional city of Agrabah and talk about one of the outfits a made-up princess wore in it. It's powerful. This is Sertab Erener with Every Way That I Can. she received the State Medal of Distinguished Service in Turkey. She was named as one of the 91 symbols of the 91st anniversaries of the Republic of Turkey. Ha! Every way that I can. You have to listen to Eurovision songs at least 3 times. Because this is a banger. Straight up fucks. She developed her singing style based on Barbra Streisand and Alanis Morissette. And Sting. I'm going to skip ahead to the rap. All right, that's up against Louise Bega, the female Lou Bega, Latvia's Mari N, with I Wanna, which is another just straight up Eurovision banger. Ay, 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 it's a salsa number where she gradually removes her clothes, very androgynous. I read that the lyrics are about a controlling relationship. Let's see, hear them. I'm ready to support this artful game you always play, because you don't know the fee which you will later pay. Today you think you're a winner. Today you think you're the king. You make me sweat in my emotions. Under your fly away wing. I want to be the sunshine in your arms. I want to be the light from shooting stars. I want to be the queen in your sweet lies. I want to be the love spark in your eyes. I'm skipping ahead a little bit. Today you think you're the winner. Today you think you're the king. You make me sweat in my emotions under your fly away wing. Emotions. Fly away wing. I want to be the queen in your sweetie lies. Excuse me, can I stop you there? I want to be the queen in your sweetie lies. Is that corny, me say that? Is that corny? I want to be... Sorry, can I just ask... I just saw you from across the corner. I want to be the sunshine in your arms. Pardon? Sorry, it's been COVID. I haven't really been chatting to people outside. Sorry, what I meant was, I want to be the light from shooting stars. What was it? What else? I want to be the queen in your sweet lies. I want to be the love spark in your eyes. Ah, yes, let us fuck. I'm going to give it to Turkey every way that I can. I'm going to be a fucking bad man. You've got it. Sir Tabariner. You're through to round 2 of the thing that I'm doing. Now we have... now this is going to be tough. Now this is the fucking battle of the fucking... do I want to say affable? Affable or amiable? What am I looking for? Friendly, good-natured, easy to talk to. I haven't spoken to them. Amiable? Having or displaying a friendly, pleasant manner. Amiable is what I'm looking for. It's the battle of the amiabattles, where with the Netherlands, Ein Beetje versus Germany, Satellite Lena. Now, you weren't here for the Patreon, or maybe you were. I found out that Netherlands, Ein Beetje... Actually, I'll play it for you. May as well. What else am I fucking doing? This is the kind of real nice kind of... This was very different at the time for Eurovision in 1959. It was the first upbeat one with a hint of tongue-in-cheek. Een beetje. And she shrugs. Do you know what she's saying? He's saying... Would you cheat on me? She's like, oh, you're asking if you would cheat on me. Would you ever see anyone else? Would you ever love anyone else? And on Beetje, she's like, yeah, a little. Cheeky! On Beetje. You cook. I'm riding rings around you. I'm Beetje, a little bit. Are you faithful? A little bit. But the whole thing is like, are we not all unfaithful in that we can love loads of things, kind of thing? And it's very cheeky. for 1959. Let's get the actual Ein Beetje translation.
Verliefd was je wel meer, meneer, dat weet je. Je hart kwam wel eens meer op een ideetje. Dat speet je, maar ach weet je, soms vergeet je.
Waar een beetje gaat dat eetje. So that met, with the smell of roses and kissing goodbye at the door, the night is blue, you whisper mouth to mouth, I swear eternal allegiance to you. A bit. You were in love more than once, mister, you know that. Your heart came up with a little idea more than once. You were sorry, but you know, sometimes you forgot. Maybe a bit too soon. Maybe a bit too soon. Your little oath of loyalty. Beautiful. Een beetje. So that's very cool. And that is up against an absolute banger. An American penned song, Lena's Satellite. I even did my hair for you. I even did my toenails for you. I did my toenails for you and all. I even did my hair for you. Love, love, love. I got a funny little feeling about you. I went everywhere for you. I even did my hair for you, man. I bought new underwear light blue. That's like a fucking satellite, man. I left on the porch light for you, man. Either way. Love, love, love. I gotta find out how I feel about you, cause I a minute without your love. Like a satellite, I'm in orbit all the way around you when I will roll out into the night. No, a minute without your love. What a fucking banger. I'm bait you. I'll fucking bait you. I won't bait. I wouldn't never hurt anyone. I'm not gonna hurt anyone. But I'll compared to Satellite, I'm bait you. I hate you. You know, it's cute. Teddy Sholton. Is Teddy Sholton still alive? Do I dare? No, I don't want to Google that. I don't want to know. I do want to know. Hang on, Teddy Sholton. I don't want. It depends how rude I'm going to be. Teddy Sholton. No, she's gone. She's gone. Ein Beetje. She died in 2010. She was 83. She would have been 94 now. She died in The Hague. Jesus. Who knows? See, you think you know people, do you know what I mean? And then they end up in The Hague. Okay, look, Lena. I'm not laughing at her being dead. Lena, I even did my hair for you. I even bought new underwear light blue. I put them on the other day. Great job. You are through to the next round, but you have stiff competition because you are going to be facing the winner of this. Look, I think the only way to do this is to maybe play... The first song is going to be the UK's 1981 winner, the most controversial moment in Eurovision history, Bucks Fizz, Making Your Mind Up.
Making Your Mind Up.
This is the iconic, controversial skirts scene. I also found out on a recent pod that I did on Friday that this song was mainly written by a gentleman called Andy Hill. And Andy Hill showed this song to his then girlfriend, and she said, that's great, you should get someone else to help you with the song. You should sign with my publishing label and I'll hook you up with a guy, John Danter. John Danter ended up doing fuck all, and she ended up getting half the profits from this song forever. But making your mind up, let your indecision. A lot of criticisms for the voice in this, and they're not great. Well, look, number 1 in Ireland, number 1 in Israel, the Netherlands, Denmark, Belgium, Austria, UK. The now famous skirt rip was mirrored by Mick Jagger and Tina Turner at Live Aid. And they actually think that Mary N's performance was directly linked from this costume reveal. See some more! That's where they ripped the skirt. So look, it's cute. And it's a very popular song. And it beat, who did it beat in the last one? Bucks Fizz? Wild Dance, Ruslana, Ukraine, another banger. So it's doing its, it's this, kid act, they're doing the mashed potato and all that stuff. And all of a sudden they're out on a field, they're dressed in their kind of like, white, white trousers and their frilly dress, and they're kind of going for this kind of like 70s, 50s kind of chic, and they're doing the mashed potato on a hill and a big sunshine. All of a sudden they're eclipsed. They're eclipsed by something in the sky. They look, what is that? What is this music? I've never heard anything like this. What is this? Like a star destroyer in the fucking sky. And they look up and they weep. They've never seen something so big. They feel like they're hallucinating. They're like panicking. They think they're dying. They're so shocked. And they see a door, a hatch, open in the battleship, and a light shines on them. And they're floating in the tractor beam. And they're weeping. And their tears are going up. And they understand now. They understand that they're going to die, but that's okay. That's okay. They're not afraid. They know that their organs and their blood will be used to fuel these tripods as part of the global domination of Loreen. They know that, and they're fine with that. They're willingly doing it. They're actually now kicking their feet up the tractor beam, trying to fucking force their bodies into this alien meat grinder, so they can give them all of their essence and vitamins. Yes! It's just her on the fucking stage dancing around with a fringe. Incredible, great job. Yeah. I mean, come on. Look, I know I'm on the Loreen bandwagon here, and I might be, deemed a bit, biased. But do you honestly think anyone's got a fucking hope? or no, sorry, not even that. Do you also not agree with every time Loreen has won so far? If you don't agree, then do let me know. Let me know if you think that I'm being unfair. Let me know if you think that is not the best banger. Okay? And I don't even think it's because it appeals to me, a millennial. I mean, it would... Look, we'll get to it later on. We will get to it later on, and I haven't done the maths yet. I'm just hoping that Waterloo and that they don't. I haven't seen if they're going to face each other before the final, but it could be the case. Anyway, look, it is Loreen. Loreen, you take Bucks Fizz and their delicious, pulpy, vitamin-infused body, and their a lot of vitamin D in their lovely skin for you. To send your legion of human enslaving tripods upon the earth. Congratulations, you are through to the second part of the quarterfinals of this contest. Okay, is this? No, it's fine. It's fine. Hang on, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, we are now through to. We're now through to the actual quarterfinals. Okay. The quarters, okay, here we go. We have Rock and Roll Kids versus would have been Johnny Logan, but of course we've already established that it is Johnny no, in parentheses, no longer in this competition. You are, close parentheses, gone. Celine Dion versus Rock and Roll Kids. Very, very quickly, just as a reminder, you know the songs, right?
We were the rock and roll kids.
It's actually sounding shit now. I'm actually so done with this song. But I know how good it is. And I need to remind myself. This is the third time Ireland won. It was a song so good that they had to be like, we have to give it to them again. A song so good that they had to be like, we know. Here we go. She is such a fucking star. Hang on, what does this actually mean? Ne parlez-vous français? Ne parlez pas sur moi. Don't leave without me. Dr. Dion. Dr. Dion. I'm heading off to a French doctor's conference. Well, ne partez pas sur moi. You know, I'm going to give it to Rock and Roll Kids. And now we never seem to rock and roll anymore. You are through to the semi-final of the Eurovision Pod Contest. Okay, now we've got, oh my God, I don't know what to do because now we have, okay, Neve. I quote my own videos sometimes. Yeah, what about it? It's also the story of two very intelligent songs about what it is to fall in love. This is That I Never Thought I Would Love Again. And it kind of reminds me as well, you know, it makes me think of my relationship. And I'm not even, all the things I think, I don't think I want that. I don't know if I know if I want marriage. I don't know if I know I want kids. Maybe I'm an island. And then you realize, no, I want them with you. I want them with you. That's how I want them. I see the light leading me home again. It's heaven in your arms, my love. My heart is in your hands, in your eyes. It's the X-Wing. It's the X-Wing again out, floating in space. And then comes along the Death Star. Skipped out a... like eclipsing all of the light. And the X-Wing just floating in space. How could I ever refuse? Like I win when I lose. Neve, you're up against a fucking Death Star here. Alright, look, this is what happens. The feeble X-Wing, the humble X-Wing spacecraft is floating in space. Neve Kavanagh, the pilot. But she's brave. She's scrappy. They said they got Idina Menzel to come in. She's like, fuck that, I'm going to fucking sing it. I'm going to be better than Idina. They said that she wouldn't give her a record contract. She had to get in bed with Simon Cowell in a business sense. She had to self-fund her own album. She was like, don't you fucking tell me I can't do it. And then she flies into the Death Star. And she's flying down the middle. And she's going to take out this fucking Death Star. She knows it. But then Darth Vader shows up behind. Darth Vader, it's Benny, it's Bjorn in a TIE fighter. And he's like, no, I'm going, you're not. And he gets it in a little scanner. Beep, beep. Lasers are firing at Neve. But Benny's behind. He's getting the... and eventually gets the target on Neve. He's about to fire the shot. And then... the Millennium Falcon shows up. It's Han Solo. He says, Neve, you're all through, kid. Let's blow this thing and go home. She fires a photon torpedo. It blows up the Death Star. It blows up the Death Star. Neve Kavanagh has blown up ABBA. It's gone. It's fucking gone. She did it. I think it's a better song. I think it's a better song. I think it's a better ballad. I can't believe this. I think it's a better song. Neve Kavanagh has knocked out ABBA. ABBA are no longer getting through to the semi-finals of the Eurovision Pod Contest. Congratulations to Neve Kavanagh. You are through. Where you will compete against Rock and Roll Kids again. in the semi-finals. Oh my God! I mean, I'm making all this up, but I'm very excited. All right. Oh my God, my heart is beating out my chest. Hang on, I have a sip of water. And now it is Running Scared that beat the politicized Ukraine banger from Jamal in 1944. Running Scared versus Every Way That I Can. All right, here we go. The absolute... Oh, my heart's beating on my chest, right? I gotta need you, man. Ooh. I'm scared tonight. You know this one. 'Cause I am I adore you. Okay, you got that. Versus Nothing in the world that would stop me, no sir. I don't even know if I was listening to them after all that excitement when Niamh Kavanagh blown up the Death Star. That was ABBA. Okay. What do I think? I'm going to give it a Running Scared. I'm going to give it to Running Scared. Okay? Running Scared. Oh my God, I can't. Sorry. Yeah, I'm going to give it a Running Scared. You are through, even though I really like that Every Way That I Can. Every way that I can, I'll be a better man. I think it's a better song. Yeah, and I'm going to give it to Every Way That I Can. Even though I keep talking about Running Scared. What does it matter? It's going to be up against Loreen next anyway. All right, next we have Lena versus Satellite versus Loreen with Euphoria. Oh, Lena, I'm so sorry to do this, man. Lena is playing her little satellite, and all of a sudden on her little satellite, I got it bad for you. Saved the best I had for you, man. I wouldn't have it the other way. We're getting something in on a satellite. It looks like a super star destroyer. It's a fucking super star destroyer, man. It's such a banger. Shit. I don't know. You haven't a fucking hope. You haven't a fucking hope. You haven't a hope, Lena. All the best. Look, all the best. You haven't a hope, Lena. Lena, I'm sorry. My commiserations, Lena. It is an absolute stone cold banger. And it will be going into the playlist of my top Eurovision bangers. But Loreen, you have killed it. You have killed it dead. You have blown it up into a pile of pulpy guts, and it lies there on the ground. And honestly, I don't mean any offense to you, Lena, but you are nothing much but a puddle of guts amidst the the supreme force that is Loreen. And you know what? Out of respect, I respect you, Turkey, every way that I can, Sir Tab or in Reener. But you haven't a fucking hope against Loreen. That's been beat. Loreen is in the final. Loreen is in the final and will face off against the winner of this in a semi-final. A clash of the ash in that it's Irish. And it's a hurling thing. Ireland's 1994 winner, the song that I called the best Irish Eurovision entry of all time, against the song that defeated ABBA, and a song I've also called my favourite Eurovision song of all time. Niamh Kavanagh, In Your Eyes. Let's hear just one more little bit of Rock and Roll Kids. The very end.
I was yours and you were mine. That was once upon a time. Now we never seem to rock and roll.
Fuck.
We just never seem to rock and roll anymore.
This woman is a child. What was I thinking last year? It's such a better song! In your eyes. This boy was a child last year thinking that other song was better than that song. If you want to be fucking talking about that. I'm giving it to Niamh. Niamh. Ma on Colleen. Ma on fucking woman. You are through to the final of the Eurovision Pod Contest. But now what we have, an all-lady final. Oh, God, I don't know how to. I don't know how to do this now. I don't know how to do this. We have Ireland's 1993 winner. I'm still saying the same shit again. This must be so boring for you, but bear with me. Niamh Kavanagh versus the super fucking Star Destroyer, the Independence Day disc ship, the War of the Worlds fucking hive in Loreen. And we've just heard In Your Eyes. We've heard the best part of In Your Eyes, and we've heard the best part of Loreen. What do you think? What do you think? Honestly, what do you think? Message me. If you're listening to this now, message me what you think. Message me now what you think. Hit me up on Instagram right now. I'm going to tell you the answer now in a second, but take out your phone. I want to know what you think, right? I don't want to put up a poll. I don't want to put up a poll to sway who's going to be in the final, to give away the fact that ABBA are not in the final and that it is Niamh Kavanagh and it is a better song than Waterloo. It's a better song. She already has that victory there. Tell me what you think. I would love to see. Check my DMs on Instagram and hear what you have to say about that. But personally, okay, this is what happens. I'm not going to play the song again. Okay, it's Niamh Kavanagh or Loreen. We cut live to the Tony Cantwell Shitshow throne room, where a woman in white fixes her skirt and fixes her robe. She's draped in a white robe. She seems nervous. We can't quite make out her face, but we know it's a woman. She enters the throne room and walks down, and she is overcome with emotion. A tear rolls down her eye as she sees all of the Eurovision combatants there. You have everyone. You've got everyone from Teddy Shockin. You've got Corey Brocken. You've got everyone out there. You've got Lulu. You've got Sandy Shaw. You got three Johnny Logans fighting with each other, saying who the best one is, because he's entered 3 times. Dan is there. Linda Martin's in the back dancing to Get Lucky. And she walks by everyone as they bow to her. You got, Bucks Fizz tearing the skirts off people, thinking it's all part of a game, but they're sharking people and they shouldn't be. Brotherhood of Man give them a bit of a nod. Charlie McGettigan give them a nod. Emer Quinn bows. And as the woman walks by ABBA, they give her a knowing smile as she walks up to the top of the throne room, where I stand holding a gold medal. I hold up the gold medal and I say, this is a medal for the winner of the Eurovision Pod Contest. And I now give it to Niamh Kavanagh. And Niamh Kavanagh comes out from behind. She's not the woman in white. And Niamh Kavanagh holds up the medal and she says, "Rise, Loreen, a sister in Eurovision arms. Sisters doing it for themselves. You are the winner, Loreen, of the Eurovision Pod Contest." Such a fucking banger. Such a fucking banger. Loreen, she waves. Chewbacca goes, and everyone weeps. Congratulations, Loreen. It is a fucking stone cold banger and the greatest song in Eurovision history. But I want to say I'm so proud of you, Niamh. I am so proud of you. You showed me. You showed the world how good, how it was a depth. It was the depth of the song that I didn't quite get before. You know, I got it, but it didn't click. And I totally get it. And I think it's far more interesting and far more. And the change from how she's made herself an island and then she turns and built a wall around me, and the smile across that big face, that big Irish head of Niamh Kavanagh. It did something to me, but it cannot compete with Loreen, and I'm so proud of you. Thank you very much for your support in listening to this along the way. It's been a lot, and I thank you very much to the Dubliner Irish Whiskey for your very kind support in this, for the patronage, for allowing this to be a 4-parter. Back to the normal stuff next week. And thank you very much. I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
هلا والله ويا هلا بالأصل والمرجانة هل فلسطين المهيوب من في الدنيا بيجهلا هلا والله